Naco, Arizona for 10 years. We didn't have physical barriers in Naco, and illegal immigration and drug smuggling was absolutely out of control. We built those walls.
Okay, you've been listening to a briefing there with the National Border Patrol Council and President Trump, we believe, speaking in the briefing room to reporters formally for the first time since his presidency began. The president, again, making the case that a wall, or as he says, a barrier, whatever you want to call it, is necessary on the southern border, and this coming in the middle of the continuing partial government shutdown and on the same day that the 116th Congress came into session with Nancy Pelosi once again as Speaker of the House and Democrats now in control of the House. Sounds like the president is coming back up again, so let's dip back into that.
And he'd like to say a few words about the shutdown.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Once again, my name is Art Del Cueto. I am Vice President with the National Border Patrol Council. And I want everybody to take the time to understand what's going on. We are all affected by this shutdown. We have skin in the game. However, it comes down to border security. And we are extremely grateful to President Trump, and we fully support what he is doing to take care of our nation's borders, to take care of the future of this United States. It has nothing to do with political parties. You all got to ask yourself this question. If I come to your home, do you want me to knock on the front door, or do you want me to climb through that window? We fully support the president and all his efforts to secure our nation's borders.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hector Garza. I'm the Vice President of the National Border Patrol Council. I am also a Border Patrol agent of the Texas border. I just want to talk about some of those criminals that Border Patrol agents apprehend on a daily basis. We're talking about murderers, rapists, people that commit very serious crimes in this country. ICE has been doing an amazing job in deporting a lot of these people back to their countries. Unfortunately, once we deport these people will not stay in their country. These criminal aliens that have been released from jail, that have been deported, will come right back into the United States. However, if we had a physical barrier, if we had a wall, we would be able to stop that. Again, we want to thank President Trump for advocating for Border Patrol agents. And again, we ask our congressmen to fund border security and fund the border wall. Thank you.
So this meeting was set up a long time ago. It just came at a very opportune time, and I thought we were all sitting in the Oval Office working on different plans and different ways of stopping the problems that we have in our country. And other countries have problems, but nobody like ours. So the economy makes it even more so. The economy is bringing people in because we're doing so well with the economy. Unemployment is now 3.7%, and that's among the lowest we've ever had, lowest in 50 years. And among certain groups, it's the lowest historically. So I just appreciate them being here. I said, let's go out, see the press. You can tell them about the importance of the wall. They basically said, and I think I can take the word basically out, without a wall, you cannot have border security. Without a very strong form of barrier, call it what you will, but without a wall, you cannot have border security. It won't work. You see what's just been put out on social media where thousands of people are rushing the border. Having a drone fly overhead, and I think nobody knows much more about technology, this type of technology certainly, than I do. Having drones and various other forms of sensors, they're all fine, but they're not going to stop the problems that this country has. We've never had more people wanting to come to the United States, and that has to do with the economy and has to do with a lot of other things. We're doing great as a country, but the better we do, the more people want to come in. So, folks, I just want to thank you very much. It's an honor to be with you, and I'm glad you came. I'm glad we came out here. And the first time I've ever done this is the first time I've done it. I've done it for you, and I'm very proud of that because you have done a fantastic job. And I want to thank you all. Chris, thank you very much. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, so 3 to 4 hours after the new Congress is sworn in, the president wastes little time in returning to the signature issue that has defined this partial government shutdown, and that is funding over a potential border wall or barrier, as the president says, whatever you want to call it, as negotiations continue over that and both sides remain dug in here. The president was speaking with the National Border Patrol there just a couple hours after Nancy Pelosi assumed the speakership once again, a role she held from 2007 to 2011, and now has it again as Democrats are in control of the House, and then Republicans, of course, pick up 2 seats in the Senate. The president, we should mention, will be meeting with top congressional leaders once again at the White House tomorrow as this shutdown continues. Much more on all of this on tonight's CBS Evening News. From Washington, D.C. For now, reporting from our D.C. bureau, I'm Jeff Glor.
For news 24 hours a day, go to cbsnews.com.